everybody, my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life, and today we're going to be reacting to Back to the Future. Now, you may or may not know that Back to the Future, the musical, which started in my hometown of Manchester, is now going to Broadway. They announced it, I think earlier this week. They announced it at some point recently. And I'm going to level with you. I've never listened to Back to the Future. The only time I have was during the Olivier Awards performance, because I watched the whole thing and their performance was in it. I was so aware about it, like it was at the Palace, which is one of my favourite theatres. You've seen it in vlogs, I've been there. I'm pretty sure it started there. If not, it started at the Opera House, in which I've also been there quite recently. But it was on there and then it transferred to London and now it's transferring to Broadway, and I've just never listened to it. And there's not any particular reason, I'm just kind of lazy. And so I thought I'm going to react to some of the songs today. You're not going to hear the songs because obviously copyright and I don't want to get killed on YouTube essentially. But I've done these kind of videos before with like the prom, which was like the first ever video I filmed. It's crazy, that was like 3 years ago now almost. And I've done them for like the Lightning Thief and Jagged Little Pill, and now I'm going to do it with Back to the Future. So without further ado, let's get into it. I did it the other way, are you surprised?
But before I get into this video, remember that you can like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you can get notified every time I upload, which is particularly every Sunday, but sometimes extra days in the week as well. Apparently over 90% of my viewership is not actually subscribed, so what are you doing? Subscribe right now. I'm just joking, you don't have to do that. But also remember, you can follow me at all my social medias, which is X, Hope Wilson X on Instagram, Hope Wilson with 2 N's and an underscore on Twitter, and Hope Wilson 45 on TikTok. But with all that, let's get back into the video.
So we're going to start with the Overjoy, which I actually love Overjoy's unpopular opinion, I think. Oh, it's very atmospheric. Feels very like, you know, like Universal Studios when that comes up. Is this the original Back to the Future theme? I feel like it might be. I've only ever seen Back to the Future once, I think. And I've seen little bits of the sequels, but yeah, I have hardly seen it. I'm loving the full orchestra. I'm a big full orchestra fan. Very funky. I enjoyed that. This one's called It's Only a Matter of Time, which I think is a really ironic title. This reminds me of something else. I say that about every single... I'll just leave one on. This feels a bit like Be More Chill vibes. Do people get that? Like, if Jeremy was cool, this would be how he would sing. Was MTV around in like the 80s? Is that when the original is and then they go back to like the 60s? I genuinely don't know. I like the ensemble. It's kind of funky. I'm not gonna vote for you because I don't know who you are, even though you just explained it, but I have short-term memory loss, so whoops. You have a great voice though, I'll give you that. I'm breaking through the fourth wall. You sure about that? I love an ending with a bit of a sustain and a load of harmony. Can't go wrong, you really can't. This says audition / got no future, but it honestly just sounds like Huey Lewis's The Power of Love. I used to do a dance, that's the only reason why I know it. It is! It is! Is this in the original film? Is that why it's in here? Because I know that song. It's not. It's a great song. It's a very jazzy song, mate, actually. Oh, he's got no future. But the musical's called Back to the Future, so he definitely has a future. Even though he technically doesn't go to the future, as far as I'm aware, he just goes to the past, which makes his present his future. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. This one's called Wherever We're Going. Is Jennifer the girl he has a crush on? I genuinely can't remember. I've seen this film once. But I do remember that his mum fancies him. Not in a, well, in a weird way, yes, but like not knowing that it's her son. So yeah, and that was a very cringe line too. I don't know who this is, but it kind of sounds like Kate Rockwell. I don't know, I just kind of hear that. The song is nice, but it's a bit boring. I think it'd be a nice audition song for people though, you know, just like a simple one. I was going to say something else, but it's kind of boring, so I'm getting into a bit of a trance. Any harmony is good harmony in my eyes. You should know this by now. I make harmony guides. It feels a bit like one that you'd find on an advert. Do you know what I mean? Not completely above it. But there's counterpoint in there as well, so I'll give it a pass because it's got things I like in it. Oh my god. This is something I hate with musicals, right? Why, in a duet, when you've been doing harmony the whole way through, you then decide to sing the same note at the end, or a non-harmony one? It's the same in Notice Me Horton from Zeusical. I love the harmony in that song, but it just it just then doesn't harmonise the end, and it's so annoying. Anyway, this song is called Hello, Is Anybody Home? Do you not like your dad? I have a feeling you don't like your dad. Even though this musical is nothing like Being More Chill, I feel like the vibe is similar. I don't know, weirdly, the relationship between Marty and himself is very much like Jeremy and the Squib. Does that make sense? Anyway, I do like this song. I prefer just the jazzy underscoring to the like actual song, but that is part of the song, so that means I like it. I really hope that Biff gets a cool villain song, cause like, I don't know, Biff is the villain, right? At least he becomes him in the later films. Like, I feel like you need a villain, and I feel like a Biff-themed villain would be very cool. And I can't say Biff too many times, because I just think of Biff and shit for like children's books, and that just takes all the interesting villainness out of Biff's character. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty depressing way to meet someone. They're like, yeah, he was on the street, and so we took him inside and I fairly fancied him, even though he was pretty beaten up or whatever. Still pretty jazzy though, I'll give it that. This is a question that has absolutely nothing to do with the musical, but is Rick from Rick and Morty based off the scientist from Back to the Future? Because even the way that the professor, the scientist, I don't know his name, speaks, I'm like, it's very Rick and Morty-esque. But I'm pretty sure this came first. I like how it's self-aware. I'm always a fan of that. I thought about this earlier, but this feels very Shrek. Like, it not like completely, but with like Daniel Breaker songs. I know I say Daniel Breaker, but Donkey's songs in like this feels a bit like Make a Move. And before I was thinking it was a bit like Don't Let Me Go. Like with like the one main guy and the 3 female backup singers or whatever. Even though I don't know how many there is. But it's a bit like, I don't know. I don't feel like many musicals would want to be compared to Shrek, but Shrek's a good musical, so take it as a compliment, honestly. Okay, especially with this spoken bridge, that is very Make a Move from Shrek. I'm just saying. This one's called Don't Drive 88, and I feel like that's a reference, but I don't know. Unless it's like 88 miles an hour, but I don't know. Why did this take such like a Sweeney Todd turn? This feels very like classical musical. I mean, I love it. I think that's great. Oh, and no, back to the theme again. Okay, this is very John Williams, even though I have no idea who composed Back to the Future, but it feels very John Williams. If you don't know who John Williams is, he's a very famous composer. He did like Star Wars and Jaws and Jurassic Park and like Tintin, because you would know Tintin more than those. Anyway, this one's called Cake, and for the pure fact that it's called Cake, I'm interested. I don't know who's singing, but they have a very nice voice. Very clean. What year are we in? I genuinely don't know. That was so random. I like telling you all the bad things about 1955, but make it sound really nice. Oh, yeah, that. Bleh. It's like good, but it makes you feel weird for all these things to be sang about positively. I mean, I love these harmonies, they're great. I understand that this is meant to be satire, talking about how cigarettes and asbestos are good for you. It just means I don't know how to feel about it, because it's kind of weird. I also haven't heard the word cake yet, so I'm low-key let down, I can't lie. A lot of these endings are reminding me of other things, but that's not me saying that they're copying, because obviously a lot of musicals are original, but it's like they're using similar techniques, which would make sense. Is this Grease-inspired? This feels Grease-inspired. It's called Gotta Start Somewhere. Just the beginning was really familiar. I like this one. I can see myself singing this one. Cause it's like jazzy, but like still catchy, you know? Show off and riff, why don't you? Maybe it's Little Shop of Horrors. I don't know. It just sounds so familiar, but like not familiar. Just some of the things I'm like, oh, that sounds really familiar. Just like notes wise, but I don't know. So this song is called My Myopia, and I don't know what that means. Also, the problem is I'm not very good at discerning people's voices from one another. So this could be Marty, but it also could not. It's apparently not sang by the person playing Marty, which would make me assume it's not. But it also means that I don't know who it is. I feel like this character is meant to be younger because it's like sang like it's like younger. I don't like this one. Like, I can't tell if they're putting on a voice or not. And if they are, I think it would sound better without it. I think this would be a cute one for like kids to sing. Even though I still don't know what myopia means, and neither will they. This is a really strange bridge. It's like changed the type of song completely. Why was this a sappy sad song and now it's a sappy jazz song? Yeah, I'm not feeling it, guy. I'm sorry. I don't know who you are. This was an odd song. I don't know what that was. I didn't hate it, but it was really weird and out of place. This one's called Pretty Baby. Is that the name of a song that already exists? Because I feel like it might be. Maybe because, is this bit meant to be set in the same time as Grease? I honestly don't know. I'm not saying that they sound the same, but they feel like similar styles. At least I think it's Grease. I genuinely couldn't tell you. Again, don't know who this is, but this feels a bit like Freddie My Love. Not in like song, but like the kind of character who's singing it. It could be his mother, but the young version. I do quite like it though. Freddie My Love is one of my favourite songs from Grease. It's like that and Beauty School Dropout. That was fine. I liked it. It was a nice vibe. This one's called Future Boy. Yeah, so it's set in 85. This is probably in the 60s, 50s, 60s. Sorry. I think it's so cringe when musicals like are having a conversation and then they just go into song like it's so cringe. I feel like there's two kinds of songs I'm noticing. It's like the sappy kind of I want this song and the like funky upbeat rocky song. The latter is my preferred kind of song. It's a really nice range though, like vocally. I wish the professor would sing more. Like, he has a great voice, but everything is just like spoken. So this is the last song of Act 1, which is called Something About That Boy. And for some reason now, this person sounds like Laura Benanti, specifically when she sings in The Wedding Singer. And I'm not saying that every performer sounds like another performer, but just in this specific song. Have we not already used this theme before? And he could be your son. I'm 90% sure she's talking about her son. And she's talking about how much she loves him, wants to date him. But I don't think she knows that it's her son. Does that make it that much better though? No, not really. Oh, key change. Sounds like Biff. Do you like this voice? That's a bit rude. Is this the first time Biff has sang? Is he in the present? I don't really remember. I will give it that it does seem very unique in itself. It's kind of like a vibe of like 5 different musicals in one. I love Counterpoint, which is when multiple people are singing at once, but singing different things. And nice harmony again. You have to appreciate it, you know. Get that note, whoever you are. So they were all the songs I've reacted to from Act 1. Sometimes I do 2 videos, and I think I'm going to do that again, just because, like, sometimes they can end up being, like, 20 minutes long, and I don't think anyone wants to watch me react to silence for 20 minutes, even me, and I have to edit it, so understand the pain. My thoughts so far are, it's very unique, it's very different, I can see why it's popular, because it holds its own as, like, its own contemporary musical theatre, you know? I like the inclusion of different styles as well from the times that they go back to, and it just seems like a fun little time, a fun little musical. Would I personally choose that as a top option to go and see? I don't think so. I don't think it's really my kind of show. A lot of my favourite shows are really depressing, hence Company, which granted no one dies, but it's pretty bleak. You got Heathers and Miss Saigon and Les Mis. Multiple people die in those, but I would definitely go and watch it. It just wouldn't be like top of my list, but I think this definitely has the chance to go to Broadway. I mean, it is going to Broadway. I don't know why I'm saying it has the chance. It's going. That's why I made this video. But I'm excited to see what happens in Act 2. I find with newer musicals, the Act 2 songs I actually typically prefer, except from Heathers. I think Act 1 is better in Heathers, but besides the point. Well, thank you for watching this video. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you feel like it, and comment what you think about Back to the Future. There will be a part 2. I don't know if it'll be up next week or maybe the week after, just to like break them up a little bit. But do you like Back to the Future? Yes, no. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like it if you like it. Keep enjoying musicals as much as me, and I will see you in the next one.